Hello, Justin. This is Alyssa with Patriot Marketing. I had reached out to you earlier today and gotten a hold of you and promised this free custom video. So anyways, here it is. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and I just really wanted to provide some value to you and provide some tips and tricks on how to really maximize your traffic and business online. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I wanted to point out a couple of things I liked about your website. There's a click to call button right smack dab in the middle here. And then you have a get an estimate. These both help with converting people over as clients. This helps you get in touch with your potential clients sooner. And when people click on that and they're already taking the time out of their day to call you, they are more likely to convert over as a client. So that's really great to have right there. I also, as I was scrolling through here, there's also this estimate thing here. It's down at the bottom, so I would maybe suggest moving it up to the top. But definitely helps with converting people over as clients. I noticed that there wasn't really much content either. And content is anything that I can highlight, whether it be text or images. In this case, I'm talking about the text, as there's not a whole lot of it. And the reason why you want a lot of content is so you can rank for a lot of different keywords. Keywords, for example, epoxy flooring companies, epoxy flooring Los Angeles, not epoxy flooring companies. You don't want to rank for that. That's a national keyword. You would want something epoxy flooring Los Angeles. That limits it down to your area, and it'll limit the amount of traffic to where you're at, if that makes sense. But all of these have their own individual search volumes. This has a search volume of 250 per month. So with that said, all of these put together, you have for your field of work and area that you are in, it comes to a search volume of 2,000 per month, and that's a lot of volume to be had that you're not getting, because when people search for these keywords, because you don't have them within your content, you're not coming up under their search, and they can't find you that way. So when people can't find you when they're searching for these service keywords, that's kind of a problem. You want to put yourself in a position to be found. And how you would do that would be by having a website with a lot of content containing the keywords you want and need to be found for. I would even go as far as saving the images here as those keywords and then uploading them to your website. So then that image now counts as content towards your website. And it's a nice sneaky way to insert a keyword into your website without actually putting it into your text. And the reason why content and keywords are super crucial for a website is because when Google crawls your website, they not only see that you have that content, but the keyword verbatim within it. And it allows you to rank faster and more efficiently. Because Google believes the more content and keywords that you have, the more likely you are to be an expert in your field. And at the end of the day, their whole goal is that when somebody is searching on their platform, that they find what they're looking for. So if somebody was searching for epoxy flooring Los Angeles, they're going to rank the people who they deem to be more of an expert in that field, also known as they have more content on their website, higher than the ones that don't have as much content on their website. And unfortunately, some of those people who don't have as much content do better work than the ones who have more content. And it's unfortunate that they don't get found because, it's just the way Google works. And so long story short, the more content you have on your website, the more likely you are to be found because Google wants the people searching on their platform to find what they need. And so that would be my first tip for you, is to have a lot of content on your website with a lot of different keywords on there. My second tip for you would be to build upon this Google business profile. It would really maximize the amount of traffic coming to your website and just increase your business online. And what I mean by that is because when somebody searches for any given keyword, there's a lot of ways in which they can convert over as a client. I'm going to go over to this next tab, not your field of work, but it does contain what I'm going to go over, and I want you to know what it looks like. So you have the local ads at the very top here. They capture the people who click on the very first thing that they see. Also, they're Google guaranteed up to a certain dollar amount. So if something happens or goes wrong, the people using the local ads trust that Google will make it right monetarily. Also, as you can see when I hover my mouse over them, there's the company's phone number down here. And as we already talked about with a click to call, when somebody's clicking on that and taking the time out of their day to call you, they're more likely to convert over as a client. So these have high conversion rates because of that. Also, so you have the Google ads that are typically located just under these. I don't know why they're not showing up right now, but they don't have as high of a conversion rate, but because of where they're at on the Google page, towards the top, it puts you in a position to be seen by a lot of different people. They're also a lot cheaper. I'm going to go back over here because the rest of what I'm going to talk about Google-wise is contained here. You have the Google Map Pack underneath those top two that I just talked about typically. The people who search this way, they want to see a company that is local and in the area. The people listed here, though, they can pull up to 40% of the traffic coming in on a keyword. So if we took a keyword that has a search volume of 250, you are looking at 100 people going straight to your competitors here, just gobbled up by the Google Map Pack. It's almost guaranteed to them. But the rest of that 60% is filters down throughout this page on Google, and that's where ranking organically comes in. So ranking organically, the concept is pretty simple. The higher you're ranking in Google, the more traffic and business you're going to be pulling to your website. So these people up here are doing way better than the ones down here, and people rarely go to that second page of Google. So it's important that you're ranking high enough in order to be seen on that first page of Google so you can actually get that traffic and business. So that actually leads me to my third and final tip for you. In order to rank organically, you do need to build up the strength of your website. I have you plugged into this tool called Ahrefs that shows me where you're at in your online presence. In order to build that strength on the website, you do need to add backlinks and referring domains. Backlinks are unfortunately not all created equal. You have good quality backlinks and you have poor quality backlinks. So with the poor quality ones, I would suggest getting rid of those. They're not doing much for you. So getting better quality backlinks would be great. I mean, quality is versus quantity at this point with backlinks. You want better quality backlinks with these in order to really help yourself out with that. You could actually get higher than 13 as well. I've seen them up into the 50s before. Referring domains, the best way to describe what that is, say you provided some services for somebody and then they decided to blog about the services you provided them, and there's a link back to your website, that would count as a referring domain. So referring domains, they can have a lot of power, some more than others, as you can see here with these numbers. The higher these numbers are, the higher power they have and the more trusted by Google they are. So you don't have that many, but your average, it looks like it's pretty high. You only have a few single digit ones. I would get rid of them though and maybe replace them with some higher trusted, higher power referring domains, and just get a whole lot more that kind of look like these high power ones, because the more power you have with that, the higher these numbers are going to be. And you generally want as high of a number as possible with these, and at a 1-to-1 ratio. And with contractors and epoxy flooring in general, we want to see you guys in the 20s, 30s, 40s range. You're at a 13 and DR, you're at 23. So with DR, you are in that 20s range, but you are not. So adding those backlinks and referring domains actually will help with that. You are not ranking for any keywords and you're not getting any traffic. So that's where that content and keywords come in. You're not getting any traffic to your website, unfortunately. Let's take a look at one of your competitors. I found these guys. They're ranking number 2. Sometimes they're at the number 1. I like to use them a lot though, because when I'm doing these videos, just because they're up there. But this is their website. They have that request a quote today at the top, click to call button here, and just a lot of that stuff. They have some content. I would honestly add more to their website, but what I really wanted you to see is where they're at in their online presence. So they have 2.47, wow, that, I don't even know how you would say that, 2.47 thousand backlinks, 294 referring domains, 33 URDR is 8, 398 organic keywords, and getting an organic traffic of 325. So the backlinks, I can almost already tell you right off the bat, as I've looked at them before, not all of them are high quality. But their highest quality one is 36, as I have this listed from highest quality to lowest quality. So they're definitely reachable. If we go to, they just have a whole mess of backlinks. But if we go to that last page, and it's just loading right now, they do have a whole mess of zeros. So you could easily beat them out, as you didn't have any zeros that I saw on there. Just some lower quality ones out of 4, I think I saw as your lowest quality backlink. So yeah, out of 4. So you don't even have any zeros with yours, but I would still get higher quality backlinks so that you can beat them out, as they have a whole mess of them. As for their referring domains, you know, they have a string of zeros here, some single digits, a long string of zeros there, some single digits. You could easily beat them out, as I did see that you had quite a bit of high power referring domains. So you would just need to add a whole lot more of those in order to beat them out. As for their organic keywords, that is where the content and keywords come in. I want you to see what they're ranking for, as you weren't ranking for any. A good example of what you would want to rank for is something that would be Epoxy Floors Los Angeles, because these are national. It might be a service keyword, but it's a national keyword. So you could have somebody from San Francisco coming in on your website on this keyword, and they don't choose you because they are not in your area. So it's really important that you have more of a narrowed audience, so that people are more likely to convert over as a client. You also want to rank more for the service keywords and less for your name, because people, when they're looking for this kind of thing, they're not looking for your company name, as they don't know your company name yet. They're looking for your, the services that you offer. So you definitely want those service keywords, less national, more narrowed. A lot of these are national keywords, goodness gracious. So a lot of their traffic is probably irrelevant, because it's a lot of national keywords that they're probably not having a very high conversion rate because of that. But with that said, there's a lot of things that you can do in order to bump yourself up in Google. Without that content and without those keywords, you're really limiting yourself as to how much traffic you're getting online. And without those backlinks and referring domains, you're really limiting yourself as to how high you're ranking in Google. So it's really, really important to do that. Those are the things that I would really like you to focus on. I hope this has been helpful and informative. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to my husband or I. We would love to get in touch with you in whatever time fits best for you and help you out in any way that we can. And so with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and God bless.